Hi, good afternoon. We're here with Dr. Lloyd Verstuyft, who is the superintendent at Southwest ISD as we continue our Community Plática series. So Dr. Verstuyft, thank you for joining us. Southwest ISD is an amazing partner with Palo Alto College, with our dual credit and our early college high schools and our CASTEM partnership, doing some amazing things for our community. And of course, with COVID-19 really impacting all of us, and we're moving forward as we've kind of entered almost like a little past a 2-month period. Just wanted to kind of see what are some of the challenges that Southwest ISD has run into with COVID-19 and having to remote teaching and learning. So what are some of the things or challenges that you all have come up with?
Yeah, so thanks for having me, Dr. Garza, and thank you for that partnership, that strong partnership and deep partnership that we have at Palo Alto College. Always show our appreciation towards our community college, because you guys do tremendous things for our students and for our families. And so before I do anything, thank you for that. There's been a number of challenges with this huge interruption, I think, in our lives. And so basically the way I try to explain it to folks is, our kids went home for spring break and have really never returned from that spring break. And when they went home for spring break, we were doing face-to-face teaching, I would say probably 99%. And we have some virtual opportunities, silos of virtual throughout. But after that week of spring break, our faculty and staff had to move to an emergency virtual platform delivery of effective teaching, effective learning, making sure that our students are engaged and connected. And I believe in my 3 decades in education, that is the first time that we've seen such a rapid movement to a complete new platform because it was forced upon us. And so that brings a whole lot of other unintended consequences or at least challenges with it. And I stand in awe of educators. They've been able to meet every one of those challenges and work through them, and our students and our families have just been resilient during this time. So even though there's this huge interruption and there's extreme catastrophic national and local and state events from it, you also see the resiliency of our folks and our people, and knowing that we're gonna get through this huge disruption, and we're going to get to the other side, and our hearts and our prayers are out to those folks and families who have been directly impacted by this COVID. And there's going to be a brighter tomorrow after all this. We just have to work through it and keep being, to the grindstone with what we do and kind of move through this time in our lives.
Dr. Verstuyft, it's been, I think, challenging for all educators and all of our students within our community. And some of the things I know and challenges that we've both shared is we had students didn't have the technology. So when they were trying to learn from home and didn't have the connectivity, and we've heard that some parents even said, well, I have a cell phone, but I take that cell phone work with me. And so then my child doesn't have access to that technology piece, or in many cases, also Wi-Fi. We also found that some of our employees also didn't have the technology at home or the Wi-Fi connectivity, because sometimes they live either more in a rural community or they just simply couldn't afford to get that bandwidth that they needed for Wi-Fi. Right. And so I know that we've been really working hard together to make sure that every student has the educational opportunity afforded to them. And I know that we're rounding out the next couple of weeks as we end the spring semester and end the school year. What are some of the things that Southwest ISD is doing to prepare for the upcoming summer semesters or the fall semester, as we're moving forward with the idea that we perhaps may be able to return during the fall? And if we do return, what steps is Southwest ISD taking to make that happen?
Well, we're definitely trying to stay connected to our state and local leaders about the new flexibilities and the new opportunities. And I can tell you, we have multiple conversations and we have multiple kind of platforms that we're working out and working out logistics to. Those include kind of virtual, hybrid, virtual, staggered days, face-to-face. We really anticipate doing some safe social distance face-to-face opportunities during the summer, at least so we can see what the fall might look like. We know this is it's a long road, and we know we're going to have to be creative and we're going to have to be supportive. But at the forefront of everything we do, we know the safety and the well-being of our students is first and foremost. So everything we do is always going to be doing with that lens to make sure our plans include keeping them as safe as we possibly can in supporting them. And so we have multiple plans happening. Our relationship with Palo Alto and working together is going to be a huge benefit, because I think when we put our minds together, there's some great creative things we can come up to with for our students.
Absolutely. And we actually at Palo Alto College, and I know with our colleagues across the ISDs, particularly with Southwest ISD, have this big movement of educating the South. And we're a big proponent of Educate South and how we can work together and provide those educational opportunities for our students. We know that many of your students are coming in with, particularly for your graduates this year, have faced some challenges. And what we've been talking about is that we know that the seniors that are the class of 2020 that are graduating are have lost their proms, have lost graduations as they normally have had it. And many athletes per se have also hung up their cleats or their basketball if they were a spring sport, not realizing that right during that spring break time that was the last time that they were going to play. And so at Palo Alto, we've always said that we're the beacon of hope within our community, and we'll continue to be that beacon of hope. And we know that many of your graduating seniors are looking for that hope and that connectivity. And so rest assured, you know, Dr. Verstuyft, Palo Alto College will be there for the Southwest community as we continue to move forward as your strongest partner and your best partner. And we'll continue to provide those opportunities for your students when they graduate, because we know that they're looking for something, and we have it, and we're prepared to provide that for them to make sure that the students of Southwest ISD continue their education. Let's not take these gap years that we've been hearing about and saying, hey, I'll just wait a year, because we both know as educators that sometimes when students go and get that employment or that employment opportunity, sometimes it's hard to go back for their education. And so we'll be here front and center, ready to continue our partnership with Southwest ISD and work together moving forward so that we can continue to help our students in our community with the best education that they can possibly receive and continue to move into their hopes and dreams. So thank you, Dr. Verstuyft. Any last words that you'd like to share for our community? Anything that we could do or you'd like to share out to our community and families that we can do to help Southwest ISD move forward and continue the great things that you all are doing?
You know, just two real quick things, Dr. Garza. We love our kids, we love our families, we love our Southwest community. We love the South Side of San Antonio. We want them to do well. I agree 100%. This is not a time to gap out. This is a time to sharpen your saw to be ready for the other side of this thing, because we're going to need our best and our finest out there at that moment. So everyone needs to be going to college at this point in time.
That's right. And Alamo Promise is the best way to do that.
Yeah, it is.
So thank you, Dr. Verstuyft. Thank you for joining us today. Greatly appreciated. Best endeavors for the summer and the upcoming fall. We know that you all are going to continue to do amazing things at Southwest ISD, and we will continue to be your strongest partner as we move forward for the fall 2020 and spring 2021. Thank you.
We appreciate you guys. Home of the Dragons, the Titans, and the Palominos.
All right.